Hi everyone, my name is Ksenia. I'm designer, illustrator, and traveler. Today we will talk about my last sketchbook and I will show you all its spreads. Today we will talk about why do I need sketchbooks so much? How did I make this one and why? And how I will use drawings and paintings from this sketchbook in my work. Actually, I'm trying to draw all the time. I'm using every 3 minutes for this. I can draw in the car or on the train when I'm talking with you on my cell. Anyway, I have accumulated a huge number of sketchbooks. And at some point, I started to making them by myself. In the first case, you can choose the paper. You can project what the spread will be like. So the sketchbook becomes something like co-creator of the vibe of the whole process and sketching in the future. I think there are only two problems with commercial sketchbooks. The first one is the price, and the second one is the fear to ruin it. Anyway, I'm using the both of types, and each of them is cool in its own way. This sketchbook is made out of paper from junk food and fast food. I have pockets from Just Eat, Burger King, and pockets with croissant. I collected this paper in almost a year and decided that the paper is very cool in texture and deserves to be reused. I folded the pieces of paper in half, stapled them and cut them off. So it turned out to be a perfect stack of the paper sheets with different spreads. So let's see what I drew. In general, I think it is very important to flip through sketchbooks to remind some ideas. It helps a lot in the future work. So here are 5 of my favorite spreads. It was hard to choose them. The first one is the donut. It is a forbidden pleasure for me. I wanted to show how soft it is and how sweet it could be. The second one is acacia pods. I remember that they were grown in a very cool way and created nice composition. I found them at pedestrian crossing and took a photo. There was no time for sketching, so I had to finish them at home from my memory. The chestnuts are often on my table in the autumn. I usually bring them from the forest, so I quickly drew them while I was talking on the phone. Sushi. Sushi is generally my favorite food. I would love to eat them every day, of course if I could. Anyway, they will be always in my sketchbooks. And the last one, pieces of the fried pasta with cheese and tomato salsa. I wanted to show their texture and how they're tasty. In general, this sketchbook has a lot of textures that I created with gouache and new brush. Then I drew some details with the pencils. As a result, it turned out that you want to touch some pages. It is very difficult to break away from their rustle. So, thank you for watching. See you soon!